I want to show you how to make certificates using AutoCrat with your Google Drive and in Google Docs. So the first thing that you need to make is a certificate template, and I've used Google Docs to do that, and here's my example one here. I'm making one for a numeracy certificate, and the key things to remember on your template is the information that you want to drag from a spreadsheet or that you want to merge from the spreadsheet later on. And for the spreadsheet to recognize your document, you need to create these parts here that are with the two brackets on either side like that shows. And what I've put here, that's one of the cells that I'm going to drag from in the sheet that I've created. Likewise with this one, it's going to drag their last name in, so each certificate will be individualized. I've got two other ones here, the grade I'm going to pull from the sheet, and the percentage here that I'm going to pull from the sheet as well. So that's the template that I've already made. And then if I go to my grades, I've got a couple of example grades here, and what you'll notice is that I've created these headings that are the same as the words that are in the brackets on my template. So the first name, the last name, percentage, and the grade. I've also got a heading over here with email, and this is the email address that once I create the certificate, it will send the document to that email address. So that individualized certificate will go to them. So the process here, so I've opened my sheet. As I've said, I've only got two examples in here. This could be a whole class, it could be a number of certificates getting sent out. I'll just do two for the purpose of this video. I've got all their names, the percentage, and their grades in there. So now I'm ready to run AutoCrat, which is going to create this merge for me. So the first thing that you need to do is go onto add-ons, and if you haven't got AutoCrat already, then you need to go to Get Add-ons, search for AutoCrat, add it, and then it will always be there. So what I want to do from here, I want to say launch, and it brings up this little window on the side, and I want to do a new merge job. When I push that, it's going to ask me the template that I want to use, and as long as I've remembered where that template is, it's going to find one here within my Google Drive. So I'm going to select it, and I can see here my numeracy certificate is there, so I'll select that. So the name of the merge job, I'm going to call it numeracy certificates, and that's going to create a folder in my own Google Drive next to the grades, and that'll be a folder of all the certificates that it creates. So I'll select that, and you can see here that the tags, which are the brackets on my template, are matching up with my sheet headers here. If they weren't, then you can select other ones in here, but if you've named them correctly, then it should do the work for you and match them up. It's pulling from sheet 1, which is the one that I'm working in here. So I'll push save. I'm happy with all of that. And this part here, the file naming convention to use, that is what the document will be called when it's sent out to my students. So I might call it numeracy certificate, and to individualize it, we can use these tags up here. So I might say I want to use their first name. So if I just copy and paste that and put it next to numeracy certificate, then that's going to hopefully say that it will be numeracy certificate for either Sam or John, out of those two lots that I had. So to select the file that I want to create, I got the option here of Google Doc or PDF. I'm going to leave it as a Google Doc, and I want to select the option that I can email it to those individuals so they can get the electronic copy of their certificate. So I will push that, then it will bring up this. I need to add in my email addresses. If I want it to pull from the spreadsheet, I've got the email heading, so I can copy and paste that tag and I can put it in here. And my subject would be numeracy certificates. I'm happy with that. One of the important things here is that I want it to be a view-only Google Doc, as that means it can't be edited. So for a certificate, I don't want that person to edit it. So I'll just check everything's okay here. So I don't want any spaces in there. So numeracy certificate, and then hopefully it's going to pull that first name. If I push save, we're ready to go and run that merge. So we'll save those settings. You can see in the back of in the spreadsheet in the background, it's creating new headings so that within my spreadsheet with my grades in it, I'll be able to see the documents that link to the URL. I can preview it here if I'm happy with everything, then I can run the merge. What it's going to do, it's going to start merging those certificates. It's going to create them in here, and it's also going to create another folder in my Google Drive. So it's found the two potential jobs, and now it's merging them. And you can see there, that was the file naming convention that I used. It's saying numeracy certificate for Sam, numeracy certificate for John, and it's created them all here. So I'm happy with that, it's created, and now I can shut that down. I can see if the link to the merged document is here, and that will go to the same place as the merged document URL. At that same time, that's going to go through and it's been emailed to the people receiving the certificate. So if I wanted to see what it looks like, I could go to the link here. And you can see for that certificate that it's pulled the first name, the last name, the grade, and that percentage. So it's done exactly what I asked it to do. Where I can also find those, if I go back to my Google Drive, and it was in my grades here within that folder, you can see it's also automatically created a folder called numeracy certificates, and that should have the two certificates in there. So there's numeracy certificate for John and for Sam. If I wanted to open those up, they are sent via email, but I also have the option of printing off those certificates for each student if I wanted as well. So hopefully you're a bit clear on using AutoCrat. That's one way to use AutoCrat for your certificates. There's also plenty of other ways, and it can be a real time saver to use those merge tags.